Hello
It's
there,
Judy.
everyone. I know, I know. I'm back.
There's so many people that are going to be so excited on Friday to see your face.
Yep.
The general listen. Before you even get us started, I had someone who was an avid fan who said, "I don't mean any disrespect to the boys, but the show was not as riveting, so I didn't stop doing what I was doing, and I started doing something else and came back to the show." And I
Clyde,
was like, "Oh, I mean, all right."
you know we held it down, Clyde. You know we did. All
Hey
right.
man, listen. Haters gonna hate, you know.
Solidarity, my friend.
Haters gonna
Solidarity.
hate.
Solidarity.
As I said to both of you, I was very proud of you and very thankful that you two held on to the mantle.
Mm-hmm.
So that was not directly from me, is my point.
Well, the wheels are back on. They have not fallen off. They're not wobbly anymore. They're stable. Athletics LLC is our goal. It never stopped, but now it's just got everybody back. Well, almost everybody back on. As Clyde asked me earlier, Governor called today. I mean, I'm still in a mind fog, so I don't know about let it be broke. Obviously, Sir Lucius is still in that fog as well. It's this Olympics hangover is something serious right now. So
Yep.
anyhow, welcome back to Athletics LLC, everyone. Man, we literally could just start out the gates, but let's say hi to everyone first. Clyde, how are you today, sir?
I'm just happy you're back, Judy. We miss you.
I couldn't even try to record a show. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was rough and stuff. Governor, how are you today, sir?
Well, you know how it is at this time of year. ATS forms, compliance forms, housing forms, you know, I-20s. I mean, par for
Don't
the
don't
course.
don't do the I-20s. Just we're gonna move on. Just move on.
Next.
Renewals, you know.
You shouldn't be cussing on the show, sir. I've been told cussing on the show is wrong.
Oh my goodness.
Oh goodness. Yeah, no. But you remind me I have my TCU compliance to complete still too, so dang it.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it. Let it be broke. How are you today, sir?
Oof. I'm good. I'm much more ambulatory than I was 2 days ago. Yeah, the Olympic hangover fog is definitely a real live thing, and you know, work never stops. So I'm up to my neck in baseball things already. So no
Absolutely.
rest for the weary.
Nope.
And we would be remiss if we did not again acknowledge the fantastic job that the two of you did in
Oh,
Paris. It bears repeating. It should be repeated. And the fact that you got Lyndon through 2 days, injuries, all of the stuff that was going on outside, to get him to, to win that piece of hardware. Congratulations, folks. Like
thank
it's not a small deal. It is a big deal. So
Indeed.
congrats.
thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Um, yeah, all I can say is thank you, and we are just holding out hope that this will get us honorary Caribbean status.
I'm thinking diplomatic passports at
I'm gonna
least.
say I feel like yeah.
Mhm.
I'm saying yeah, you're shooting low. You want the diplomat pass.
You want a
Or,
down
hey,
payment on a house in
Listen,
Grenada, you know what I'm saying? Gotta have that, right?
Listen,
Or at least a
I
timeshare,
just want a
a
trip
20-year
to
timeshare
Grenada.
or something like that, you know?
yeah, let's start with
I,
a
I
trip
just
to Grenada.
we want to start with a trip to Grenada. But it's funny because LV is getting the diplomat pass.
There you go.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That
Good
is
stuff.
happening.
Good
So
stuff.
that's pretty cool.
Fun. Yeah, that is. So,
all right.
as if,
What's on the agenda?
I mean, there's still 5 rings floating in the air.
Yep.
It's still in the air. I mean, there are people who are, complaining of they're going through withdrawals still. And I'm like,
100%.
it's crazy. Like, yeah, no, wake up at a normal time and and don't stare at the TV or something.
Sidebar, and I hate to keep, but let it be broke. Where does Paris rank in the Olympic Games that you've been in? How would you rank the Olympic Games that you've been in as an athlete and now as a coach? Give me your ranking.
Oh, what are my questions?
For performances on the track, I don't think it's
No. This is your experience.
I know for performances on the track, I don't think it's really that close. Like, I think it's won by a pretty fair amount.
Okay.
And even in the pantheon of athletics, I think the only one that obviously I couldn't have been there, but the only one that I would have wanted to be at and see all those things happen would have been 68 as a comparison. But as I mentioned in the group chat, you forget sometimes how many fewer events there are, because the longest event that women did in 68 was the 800.
Right.
And there was no pole vault, was no triple jump, was no hammer. Right. So, like, yeah, for all the things that happened in this meet, I saw someone said that the Olympics was a D+ until the 4x4.
Oh, I saw that too.
Right.
And
I
what
literally
the hell are
said to
you seeing?
I know who it was, and I'm not going to say that, but I'm just saying this.
Oh, we're not going to call him out. Okay.
No, we're not going to call Ray out. I'm just saying, I know he does certain things for clicks, but
man.
I hope he's not serious, because if he's waiting to see better,
good luck.
I mean, yeah, because even LA is going to struggle to be, again, we're talking about on the track stuff, right? We're talking about the track meet.
Yes.
Every other meet is going to struggle to do what happened in this meet.
Yes. Yep.
To that point, and we'll get into some of the details here. What I found extremely intriguing about Paris overall, the men's races from 100 basically all the way through had like nothing but drama, intrigue, close battles,
absolutely,
like memorable finishes, right? The women's meet was blowout after blowout after blowout after blowout. And that was a really interesting dynamic to watch play out in real time, but it was palpable. I mean, through the relays, the whole 9. Every meet, every race for the men was, oh my God, what's happening? For the women was like, my God, it's destruction, it's carnage. So, with the exception, obviously, of the women's 100-meter hurdles. But, everything else.
All right, Big League, what we got?
So there's a list. And on said list was basically, what are those called? There's a word.
Categories.
Not categories. Like, you vote for them. Superlatives. But for events.
Trying to be fancy.
Okay.
You said try to be fancy.
You're trying to be fancy.
Way to combine superfluous with superlatives. Love that.
I tried.
Look, we know you spent too much time in Paris. It could have just been called the do-over round. They call it the repechage. You're trying to be funny.
Yes.
So,
By the way, there is nothing funnier than listening to Americans try to say repechage.
Absolutely.
I mean,
who did we steal? Who did we steal these categories from? Do we know?
No.
We stole it from somebody.
So when you hear it,
I can't remember. It was either Jumpers World or Flow Track or
somebody with the blue. Blue check.
Somebody. Yes.
Somebody who has they had one good idea. They had some categories, but you know.
There you go.
All right. So
So
category
we're
one.
going through them one by one. Okay.
Yes. Category one. Who was your best male athlete?
You're going straight for the jugular. Okay.
Yep.
It's a very personal question because it depends.
Yeah.
It totally depends on your subjective definition of the word best.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Well, so I'll go first, and I had thought this through, and then I realized I was overthinking it. Mondo.
I would be remiss if I did not agree with you. I'm going to go with Mondo as well. That is just
because I was fighting my way through it, right? Like,
yeah.
you know, is it Grant? Is it Tebogo? And then I thought about it. I was like, wait, time out. This dude broke a world record and won by a foot. Like,
Yes.
Mondo.
Yes. For his dominance over his peers.
Right.
Yes.
Is Mondo.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we watch all the trepidation and like people running around the track when they made 595.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, so you guys are done now? All right, sweet. Put it at 625. I got stuff to do.
And not only that, I'm going to wait until the third attempt to even add a little bit more drama to it, you know.
Well, that's just where we are for the foreseeable future. And I do mean the foreseeable future, like 10 years, right? assuming that he stays injury, you know, relatively free. For the next 10 years at whatever global championship we're at, just understand there's going to be a night that is Mondo night, and come on and be ready to watch it because he is going to own everything that evening and do what he wants to do. And the rest of y'all are just, you know, the opening acts, if you will, before the show starts. It is Mondo.
Don't set no records that day.
No. All right. So that was unanimous. Best female athlete.
For the exact same reasons, in the exact same light, it is so obviously Sydney McLaughlin.
So this is an interesting one.
Okay, I will hear other issues for Sydney, but again, the utter dominance of her over her peers, and for all of you, special people. I'm working on this. All of you special people who, for months, just glazed over this rivalry. People,
right?
It's not a rivalry if
only
the
one
other
person
side
wins.
is impossible to beat.
Yes,
correct.
She cannot be beat. She cannot be beat by Femke. I love Femke. I've said before,
she can't get beat by anyone.
No, I'm a bigger Femke fan, like personally, than I am of Sydney. But Sid is Sid, and that's just the end of it. That best athlete, it is Sid.
I mean, I want to give a special shout out to Femke's coach. I mean, even the build-up, he goes on a podcast, he says he thinks Femke can win if the race is over 50 seconds. He said if
sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. If it's in the 51s, yes. Sid's hit a hurdle. Sid fell down and got back up. Yes, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, it was quite interesting. I mean, and what's a coach to say, right? A coach is supposed to give an air of confidence about his athlete or his or her athlete, and I mean, but I am replaying the race in my head as we speak, and it was just. I mean, thank goodness for that curve camera, because what we saw from hurdle 6 onwards was an absolute masterclass in I am going to cover you. Whatever you choose to do at this point in the race, I'm going to cover you. I'm going to raise you one. No, you know what? I'm going to push the whole house in. Have at it. And it was unbelievable.
It was almost like Sid was talking to her during the race. Like, yeah, you out pretty good. Oh, go ahead, girl. You're running good. Ooh, it's starting to hurt a little bit now, huh? Ooh. You know what? This last part's going to be kind of tough. Oh, you know what, girl? I'll see you later.
Man, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
All right, so
it's not in Sid's nature, but she really
No.
just at 200, she should have just been like, stop playing with me and
Mhm.
gone.
Bye.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Girl, bye.
it would have been absolutely awesome if somebody just did a video and then would like right at 200, she was like, "Bye, Felicia."
Yep.
Like, all right. So here's the thing, right? Sid is definitely the most dominant female in the
Mhm.
meet, but I will say this: 3 Olympic gold medals in a row by Faith, 3 Olympic gold medals in a row by Nafi. Still, I like in my brain, I can't get Safan running 62,000 meters in 1 week out of my head.
38 miles or 38 kilometers?
Yeah.
Right? Like 5K
Miles.
prelim, 5K final, 10K, and then literally dismantling the poor marathoners.
Mm-hmm.
Like with a K to go, they all knew.
With even with the hip check from the Kenyan.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
the Kenyan tried to put her into the fence, and I was like,
absolutely
wow, this is
tried
what
to
we're
hip
doing.
check her into the billboard. Like I'm like,
Yes.
what are we doing? Like, unbelievable. It's a
That's
marathon.
she was sick of her. She was sick of her. You know, you got to try to get her up out of
this. Just from these 17 days,
Yeah, man.
I just like I have to give it to Safan only because, like, listen, they made a movie about Emil Zadelpak, right? He's the only other human being to do what Safan just did. Right. So I'm going to give my vote to Safan, not because I think she's a better athlete than Sid, but what she did over those 17 days is, I'm not sure anybody else is going to ever try it again.
So you're
Nor
giving
should
it
they.
to her
Nor should
not
they, by the
based on her dominance, but the fact that she actually attempted it and finished with a gold medal in the marathon as a last race.
Medal, gold? Yes, absolutely.
Interesting.
No,
Well, because here's
it's
the
not a
thing.
bad argument.
Even
No.
the announcer said she was at the awards ceremony for the 5K the night before.
Wow.
The 5:30 a.m. or 4 o'clock, whatever, wake up for the warm up and pre-routine for the marathon.
And let's not forget, did you hear about the elevation of this course?
Yeah, this was a really hard course.
Unbelievable course. I mean, unreal, man. Unreal.
At least you gave a good attempt at a secondary answer there. I like it.
All right. I think those are two great mentions, though.
Yes.
Great arguments for that. All right. So, breakout star of the year. Do we want to split this one up by gender? Per the question.
May as well.
Yes.
May as well.
Yes.
I think it's warranted. All right. So let's go with the males first.
Who you got, Clyde?
This one's actually kind of tough for me. Like,
It is.
Man, breakout star. You know what? There's an obvious answer here that I think most people gravitate to, but I don't think they're right. My breakout star of the meet is Grant Fisher. Like,
really? Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because, you know, I'll leave it to one of y'all to throw the obvious name in there. I just like, when the meet started, no one outside of Grant Fisher's family and training people would tell you, oh, he's going to medal in both of the distances.
Yeah.
Against the Africans, against everybody.
Yep.
He gonna get 2 medals? It'd be an argument if he could get
also
1.
The only American to ever do that, if I'm correct.
Ever.
Yes.
Yes.
So and listen, it's not like we disappreciate distance, but we're not distance people. I mean, you know, the EP ran the 1500 poorly a couple times in his life, but we're not distance people.
Shots at,
You know what I mean?
Shots at your boy.
So for me, like Grant Fisher made me want to sit down and watch the race. You know what I mean? And for him to come out with 2 medals, like unbelievable. I believe he is the male breakout star.
Okay. I will take your Grant Fisher and I will raise you Cole Hawker.
Yeah, 100%.
100. You cannot undervalue what transpired in that last one. I mean, just take the last 150 alone.
2 people on this planet thought Cole Hawker was going to win. Cole Hawker and Chris Huffins.
There was a conversation that happened in the dining room.
Oh my gosh. Like, oh my goodness. Again, like the lasting memories, the build-up, the rivalries, the amount of ish talking that was going on before the race. And then Cole Hawker says, you know what? Oh, not yet. Not yet. Oh, there he goes. He goes to push Kerr out to the outside. I'm right here on the inside, buddy. I mean, you can't, like, that's the stuff of dreams, man. I mean, you know, the only thing missing was a full body cam to really get people to really appreciate what happens when you're sprinting home and you run right into the back of somebody. Your momentum stops. And then you say, you know what? Hold up. I've got 100 meters left. It's okay. It's all right. Unreal, man. Unreal. I have to go with Cole Hawker. Like, this is like the breakaway dunk in the NBA Finals. Like, I have to say that. That was fantastic.
All right, I'm gonna keep this short. My answer is Cole Hawker, but I would be absolutely remiss if I did not throw this tidbit in. Marcus Ruth, who won the decathlon, is 22 years old and had 7 PBs, 7 in that meet. So I don't know if he's a breakout star. I don't know if this is about to be the beginning of Marcus Ruth time. I would say probably not, but I'm at least going to give that young man his flowers because he, at the very least, came the most ready to win a gold medal.
Yes. So
I thought he was better suited later in our list.
Yes,
but,
me too.
And that's why I said, I just want to give him a little flowers, you know.
All right.
Cole Hawker's my answer.
All right. Breakout star female.
But I do want to say this because Chewy actually made reference to it. There was a conversation between me and young Mr. Hawker 2 nights before. And it was awesome. We finally got to meet and, you know, all that stuff. And he said to me, you know, you've always been an inspiration to me, which I was totally taken aback by because I just didn't know that. And he said, you're the only one from our school that's ever won a medal, but I'm going to change that in a couple of days. So I didn't want anybody to think, I'm saying this now because I didn't want anybody to think that man feels fortunate or lucky. Like he planned on winning. Like he planned, like they can't bury me and I know I'm faster than all of them.
Right.
So I think he had watched the show and knew that from 3 months ago that I had said those very same things about him, but whichever. I mean, I kid, but listen, I love that kid. And I'll tell you this right now. If you're going to train a 1500 meter person, like there's a pretty good blueprint on how you win championships. Like they got to get strong enough to be in the fight. But if they have foot speed, you have to make sure that they can unleash their foot speed when it matters.
Just gonna throw it out there. Thoughts on Ethan Katzberg?
As far as breakout star?
Yeah.
Not worlds, didn't he? Isn't he the defending world champion?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
So
You
you
definitely
take that kind of takes a shine off of a breakout. Like,
But to her
yeah.
point, I do get it because he's the first person from Canada to win a gold medal in the hammer in 104 years.
mhm.
Oh, men's
For
side,
sure.
men's side, men's side.
Mhm.
So again, worth mention. Worth mention.
Okay, females.
Breakouts.
Breakout. Breakout star.
Can it can
Julian
it be a?
Alfred to me.
I was like, can it be a different answer than Juju?
I mean, it has
Oh
to
yeah, it definitely can.
I mean, I guess it could for sure be Masai, right? But the only reason why I would
There's a
say it
few.
was
There's a few.
Yeah.
for me, I would only reason I would say it was Juju because I don't know if anybody else feels this way. To me, I feel like we just watched the beginning of an era.
Oh, absolutely.
Like just that fast.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like Juju's going to be the favorite in every 100 she's in for the foreseeable future.
Now, on a personal note, and this hits home for me. I know what Juju is dealing with coming from a small island nation. Okay? You know what LV is dealing with coming from a small island nation. But there are very, very few of us, and I say us, that are able to win a medal, much
Yeah.
less two medals. Like what she did in those, I mean, what she did through the rounds, I mean, it was Linford Christie-esque. When you think about what Linford did in 1992 in Barcelona, I mean, there was the stone face, the attitude, because one of the things that we as coaches try to impress upon our athletes all the time is that if there are doubts, if there are, if there's intrepidation, nervousness, all of that, as a sprinter, you have to walk into that arena with this air of confidence. But when they announce you, when you walk out of that hallway onto the track, you have to let it be known that you will not be beat. It was clear to everybody in the field that she was not going to be beat. And it was fantastic, so I have to give it to her. I have to give it to her. And I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say.
Well, since we didn't establish any rules before this thing took
Oh boy.
place, I'm just gonna say that Juju will be on more than one of these selections for your boy.
Yes, yes.
Like the Grammys.
That's
Juju might
totally
come home with a
fine.
few awards. On this issue, the question is breakout star.
Yes.
For me, in order to be a breakout star, one, it would be nice if the event that we were talking about was a star event, which the 100 meters. It would have to be somebody that no one really thought was going to win.
Okay.
Clearly, that is the case here. We're NCAA affiliate people, so we've been well aware of who Juju is for a while.
Right.
But even in our world, no one, and I mean no one, walked into the Olympics or walked into their internet Olympic discussions with Juju's name in their mouth. I checked all the tapes.
All we thought was that Juju could break up the U.S. sweep.
Yes.
Right.
That's what we thought.
Yep.
Correct. And so, because of those two qualities, for me, the answer is Juju. And as I said before, thank you, Juju. We all.
I mean, listen, I don't usually agree with the KOP, but on this one, she did us all a favor.
Oh man. All right, what's next, Chu?
Well, Let It Be Broke, is that your selection as well?
Juju for 1,000.
Okay, got it. Giving your opportunity, making sure you have your voice. All right, clutch performer.
For me,
Now,
it's
this one's interesting.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let it be bro. Go ahead.
We doing men first or women first?
Men.
Let's
Okay.
okay.
We're splitting this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So clutch performer. I'll help flesh it out, at least for myself. I don't have an answer yet. To the point, clutch indicates either someone under tremendous pressure,
Yes,
that had to come through, or a heavy favorite that had to hold on.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And
Like that's how I see.
and that's a
Tell me
Kravitz for 2000, right? 1995, 2 fouls world record. Like, are you serious?
Okay. So on the women's side, I'm gonna give an answer of Masai Russell.
Okay.
On the men's side, I'm gonna give an answer that I doubt anybody else is going to give. There's not an award for this, but the Olympics is completely different for the United States without Vernon Norwood.
I was gonna say that.
Wow.
Like Vernon Norwood put on his day, like he went in his little phone booth and came out with a cape on and was like, the role of Michael Norman, the role of Quincy Hall will now be played by Vernon Norwood.
Okay.
Right? Like again, when we arrived to Paris, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're watching folks wave flags on boats. Who had Vernon Norwood as relay hero
Yeah.
on their bingo card? No one. I mean, let's call it what it is. We were calling for Vernon Norwood to be replaced on the relay by Quincy Wilson.
Yep.
At one point, right? Now that's before Q got hurt and all other stuff. All I'm saying is this: Vernon Norwood turned in 3 43-second legs.
Did he not run the first one? He ran 4. It was
Yeah, but they weren't all 43.
But he ran
43.
Okay.
He ran 43 seconds 3 times.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
had to.
So for
and
that,
he had to.
So for that reason, I'm saving Vernon Norwood for later on in the show.
Fair enough.
My clutch performer. Are you finished? I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I'm done. Those are my clutch dementals.
My clutch performer is the same event. My clutch performer is Joe Kovacs pulling out that silver medal on a ring.
Really good one.
Everybody
really
was
that is
scared
a really
out
good
of
one.
their mind. It was, I mean, now I can't say that I'm exactly a connoisseur when it comes to the throws or whatever, but I can't say that I've ever seen an Olympic final where the men literally went from these superhuman beings to, oh my God, I'm going to slip and break my leg if I let it
Well,
rip.
after Chuck fell and shook the whole world, pretty much everybody was like, yeah, I'm good. The funniest part is
It's one of the weirder shot put competitions, and you can expound on it,
He told us the story. He said he went over, put his foot in the ring, and said, yeah, we're cooked.
Yeah.
And still went full send.
Yeah. He said he had asked the official to stop trying to clean it because he was only making it worse.
Wow. Yeah.
No,
he literally put his foot in and was like, yeah, we're cooked.
So
I actually like that one.
Go ahead.
I like that one. That you almost got me off of mine. You almost got me off of mine with that because the shot put comp was so crazy because Krauser just goes out there and Krausers.
Yep.
Early. And then Joe said this on camera after the fact. He was like, I was so consumed with trying to win that I got myself in this hole.
Yep.
And then everybody is sliding around. It's like, oh my God, Joe's not gonna get a medal at all.
Exactly.
Which would be crazy.
It would have been.
So for him to pull that one out on the 6th one, that was pretty damn clutch.
Yeah.
But looking at our list that we're stealing from here, and knowing who's coming along and what the things are, this is going to be my only time to put this name out there, given the way things. How is it not Noah Lyles in the 100?
Okay.
I mean, listen, we do have to give the man. You have to give the man all kinds of flowers for the 100.
Yes.
Listen, he could not lose.
Nope, you're right.
There was
he had
no
to have
way that he could come away from Paris losing the 100.
Yes.
After the table that he set for himself and everything he put through there. And we all understand it's a secondary event at this moment, but regardless of what you think about Noah and the way the 200 played out, the winning that race, the closest race in Olympic history, with everything that was in front of him, that has to be the clutch performance of the meet for me on the men. It has to be.
I like that. I like that answer.
Trying to explain in layman's terms what he did. It's almost as if you are ignoring the madness that's going on either side of you and trusting that your race pattern will get you to the line when you need to get to the line. Because what do we know as coaches? The minute you start racing other people is the minute the shoulders start coming up, you start get tense. The bottom line is you have to have the most momentum going through the line. And it looks to me, if you go back and watch the race, it just looks like he made sure he was the fastest man between 95 and 100 meters, and it paid off. Like, how do you time that up? I mean, it's unreal. Like, and for
it was very much like Ali Foreman, the Rumble in the Jungle, the rope-a-dope.
Yeah.
Like, like, because for 85 meters, you're like,
there's no way.
If you're anti-Noah for 85 meters, you couldn't wait for the finish.
Oh, you were geeked. Oh, you was like, I can't wait to send this tweet. You were ready.
Right. And then when the result came up, you had to just delete all of that.
Yeah.
Because that tweet was not about to age well at all.
You know, and the other part about it is, you know, I'll never forget Leaf calling the winner, calling Kashane as the winner. And and anybody that knows track and field sitting there going, hold up, are you sure about that? Are you sure? I mean, we're talking about Noah Lyles here. And when
not just that, shit, I thought Fred won.
Yeah.
A lot of people did.
Listen, if you watch with the naked eye, you for sure thought Fred won because his lean was so violent and aggressive.
Yes.
There was a picture you could take at 100 meters and 3 inches, and he's clearly the winner.
Yeah, yeah.
But you don't know exactly where the line is.
Yeah.
So in real time, you know, everybody has different access. If you were watching the broadcast in America, you were getting Lee and Otto in them. If you were watching Peacock, you weren't. You were getting John Anderson in the crew, right?
Right.
So in the 100, just because I enjoy Otto's calls in the 100, I had flipped over from Peacock. And I feel like in real time, I had a very different experience because of the way that call went, right? Because when everybody crossed the line in real time, I was like, damn, his eyes must be a lot better than mine. I don't know who won, but there's no way he's that confident that Kashane won.
Right.
I'm like, really? I was like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I didn't see it right.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So no, that just added to the drama of it all. But it was pretty dope. Clutch performer women?
Yep.
Ooh. That's a lot harder.
I gave the answer of I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. Hunter Hurdler from Bullis High School. What's wrong with me?
Masai Russell.
I gave the answer of Masai because in so many ways that was the result that had to happen for her. Right? Like that result will change her life forever. In a race where it's really hard to get accolades. It just is.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's hard to get
That's-
it's hard to get accolades, and it's really hard to maintain them. I mean, Kenny Harrison was a world record holder.
Mm-hmm.
She is now, unfortunately, a footnote. Listen, I don't mean that personally.
You're not wrong.
Our sport chews you up and spits you out.
Yes.
Right? Toby took all of that, and then she had the world record holder shine and world champion, and then we come to the Olympics and she doesn't make the final, and nobody cares. Like our sport just doesn't care. If you're not there and you can't win and win and win and win, like our sport just it's like gum. They can't wait to just like your flavor is not the flavor. We spit you out.
Right.
So like
no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Masai Russell does deserve to be shouted out in the clutch category. I'm glad somebody did it. It's not my answer because I have Masai later on. But for me, you call it a homer if you want to. I don't think that it is. I think it's well deserved. It's Cam Rogers. Cam Rogers. Again,
although it's weird, what's weird to me is like it's just so hard to consider what Cam did clutch, because like at the end of the day, like she's just better than all of them.
Well,
I know how she had to do it was clutch, 100%.
Yeah, yes.
It's just always so
in
hard
the
for me to
moment
think clutch because she's just better.
No, for real. But that's again for me, like in the way the competition played out, it was absolutely a clutch throw when she needed one. But the weight of being the favorite, and unlike a Ryan Krauser, this is Cam's first Olympics.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, you were the world champ
that's a weird piece to work your way through.
Right. But you've been this the first time on this stage, and she got it done. And to your point, in an event where it's really hard to get some shine.
Yes.
What are your thoughts? What about Jasmine?
Say it again.
What about Jasmine?
Jasmine Moore deserves all
I think that's a great answer.
Shout outs. It's a great answer.
I mean, and again, it's these things that people are doing that have never been done that nobody is talking about. No female athlete has ever won a medal in the long jump and triple jump at the same Olympics.
Yeah. Didn't Tatiana, didn't she do it? I thought she was the first American. So it's never been done?
Maybe it's first American. I thought it had never been done in the same Olympics.
Yeah.
I thought it had never been done.
I don't think medaling in both jumps has been done.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And listen, because of the nature of horizontal jumps, because of so many things, Jazz's accomplishments in Paris are not going to get the respect that they deserve.
Absolutely not.
It's unfortunately the way, right?
But
this
Clyde,
is one of those
where have we seen this before?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's moved from the
this is one of those situations where, and I was just having this argument a couple hours ago with somebody. All medals are not created equal. Jazz's bronze. Jazz's bronzes are way more impressive than other bronzes that have been done in these games.
100%.
Right? Like, hell, I can argue they're more impressive than some golds because she did them both.
100%.
You know what I mean? So absolutely, Jazz, super clutch. Yes.
So, I mean, I was thinking about Lebedeva. So in 2004, she won gold and bronze.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then in 2008, she got popped. So she won,
okay.
Then she didn't win nothing. Hell with that.
Yeah. Exactly.
So okay. All right. We stand corrected.
I have an addition for the male clutch. And of course, we watched it, so it was a little more clutch for us. But Leo in the deck, but specifically in the pole vault, because he almost no-hided.
Wow.
And that was part of the spiral.
Okay.
Okay, wait. If we're going honorable mention clutch in events that I don't fully grasp, I would say that the kid that won the decathlon, you could say is the ultimate clutch, because how many PRs did he have to get?
7.
Yeah.
7 out of 10, 70%. There you go.
There you
That's
go.
average.
Norway.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All
Okay,
right.
anyways.
Next big league.
All right, biggest surprise male, Marcus Roots.
Okay.
The Norwegian.
No, that's mine. Norway
Marcus.
decathlon winning the deck is my surprise of the men's meet. Yes, absolutely.
First European champion of the decathlon in the Olympics since Roman Chevrolet
Wow.
in
Wow.
2004.
20 years. I'll take your Ruth. I'll raise you Mr. Stoner. Roger
Oh,
Stoner.
yeah.
I have to give it to him on so many levels. I mean, to set an Olympic record, to win in the fashion that he did, and to rescue what we saw from the Jamaican contingent in Paris.
Mhm.
I would even argue, to be honest, I don't even know the young man's name, and usually I know people's names in these scenarios. The young man from Jamaica that won the bronze medal in the shot put.
Oh yeah.
When
Where
I
did
tell
that
you
come from?
nobody, not a human being saw that coming.
Yes. I mean,
I'll raise your ante on that, because let's be clear. The Jamaican throws are the only time we're going to say Jamaica's name in these Olympics. The entire Jamaica throws contingent,
yeah,
men
Yes.
and women,
Yes.
are the surprise of the meet for me,
absolutely. Yeah.
because as ridiculously inept as the track was, they were so good
They were so
in the
good.
field events.
Absolutely.
Their field eventers were like, here, hold my beer.
Yep. Fantastic, man. Fantastic.
What about the Pakistani javelin thrower, the gold medalist?
So what was his accomplishment before Paris?
It's a great question. Because no one
He
knows.
was Pakistani champion.
For me,
Uh,
like the way that he threw the javelin, I don't know about you, but when he stuck that foot in the ground and released it, it looked like I don't know. I can't even recall ever seeing an easier 92-meter throw in
There
my
did not
life.
seem to be a great deal of stress or effort.
No, it was unreal. I think I'll go this far. I don't think the crowd, like, you can tell in the javelin when something ridiculous is happening from the minute it leaves someone's hand. I felt like the crowd, there was almost a delayed reaction because the way that he threw it, and it was like, and then you heard,
yeah.
No, for sure. Absolutely.
like
That's how
almost
I played on
halfway through
TV.
the throw, it was like, wait a minute, it's going. It's
That's because it went
going.
10 meters further than it looked like it was gonna go.
Yeah.
That looked like
And
a
the
smooth
majority of his throws
82
were
meter
really
job.
far.
Yeah.
The majority of his throws were really far. So it's
He
not
threw 90
like
meters, I think, 3 times.
caught one.
So here we go, another surprise. The first non-European podium in the javelin in history? What do we, I mean, come on.
Yeah. I will tell you this much. The Europeans, rightfully so, and that's why there's been some of the rule changes, if we're going to be honest. The Europeans have felt like they were, starting to become endangered species, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no event that says that more than this one.
Yeah.
Right? Because the javelin has been a European thing.
Absolutely.
Pretty much since its inception.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And we got
a Kenyan, we have a Trinidadian, we have a Grenadian, we have an Indian.
Yeah. And the podium was Pakistan, India, Grenada. Like, we're not even close to Europe.
Right.
We're not even European adjacent.
Fantastic stuff, man.
Yeah.
All right. What we got, you?
All right. Did we do the women already?
No.
Okay.
And
I got
and so
confused. Sorry.
my biggest surprise female is Safan Hassan. Because
Okay.
there ain't no way in hell you did all of that and win the marathon. No way. I
Right.
didn't even think she was going to show up for the marathon after all of that. I was just like, it was a cool idea. I'm out.
Yeah.
Nah, that done. I nothing else.
So the only reason I would not go all the way with you is the fact that she attempted a ridiculous double last year.
Right. See,
Yeah,
people
but
people forget about the 15 5K
Yes.
10K.
Yes.
That's why I didn't think she was going to finish it. Like, did
Yeah.
we learn this lesson already?
Yeah. So that's the only reason it's not nearly as surprising. It's surprising that she won the marathon. Absolutely. But for me, the German shot putter,
Oh,
Ogunle, like, what?
Yeah.
Once
um,
again,
yeah.
where on earth did that come from? I
The
mean,
whole women's shot
obviously,
competition was just one big surprise. Chase,
absolutely.
you don't make the final. Like,
Yes.
that
Oh my
was crazy.
goodness. So I go with Ogunle for the surprise for me.
Yeah. You stole mine for sure. Because so like, I don't know, like I'm, you guys have talked about this, but like I am a throws guy, right? Like, like I like the throws.
Yes.
And from the first time I saw her throw, I was like, man, I really like her. This is 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, she's gonna be really good when she figures it out one day. Like in my mind, we're like 26, 27. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not 24. And guys, it was the way it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Bomb thrown. She responds.
Yep.
Then there's a response. And then she's like, listen, I'm going to throw 20 meters and just see what happens.
Right.
And
Unbelievable.
it was amazing to watch.
Yep. And then she throws down a little gospel in the
Post.
press conference.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
I mean, fantastic, man. Fantastic.
Wait, I have another surprise mail.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Botswana 4x1.
Okay.
By
No.
4x1 or 4x4?
I mean,
One or
4x4. 4x4. 4x4.
Not for me.
Sorry.
I was
they're not a surprise to me. They're just a surprise for how damn fast they ran.
yes.
No, but
Now,
Like them winning a medal was not surprising at all.
Yeah.
listen,
Them
I'm just
running
saying,
I totally
254 was insane.
The core of this
Botswana came this close to breaking
Yes.
Quincy Watson and Michael Johnson and them's record. I totally
Absolutely.
understand that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
So,
I watched these young men come up from the U20 ranks in Bydgoszcz in Poland. And I remember talking to Davian Clark. He was trying so hard. This is when he was at UTEP. And I mean, came very close to getting, at least two of them to come to UTEP. And then for whatever reason, whether it was the Botswanan coach or the federation or whatever, they got those guys and said, okay, this is our core. We're going to ride with you. And look, this is another example of what happens when you identify talent and you nurture talent.
nurture it.
Take your time. Take your time.
Well,
I mean,
to that point, listen, if you weren't paying attention to the stats, all them dudes is babies.
Yes.
They're children.
Yes.
Look at the ages of those four and look at the ages of our four. It's going to be a problem in LA. Just understand that.
Trust and believe.
Them dudes might take our record in LA.
Yeah, man.
And that would be hilarious and tragic to watch at the same time.
In LA.
So it's listen, them dudes are an issue. They're not going away.
Oh man.
Don't split the next one because it's way harder to keep it in one.
Yeah.
But I have the answer. Y'all are going to be wrong. I have the answer.
I have the answer.
All right. Fan favorite.
Okay. Fan favorite.
Okay.
Go
Fan
ahead.
favorite.
Gabby
My fan
Thomas.
favorite is Let's Seal Tobago. Okay, I'm just gonna
Okay.
point
It's not a bad answer.
blank. Period. I mean, I think what we saw when he crossed the line in 1904, I think in general, the crowd that was there and the folks that understand track and field were fist bumping. I think there was a general happiness for this young man. I mean, and then, you know, the story of what he went through at the beginning of the year, losing his mother and all of that. I mean, it couldn't be more fairy tale story ending for that young man. I mean, fantastic stuff. Fantastic.
A great answer, but no. I'll tell you why
Okay.
you're wrong in a second.
All right.
I'm going to give what I think is an obvious answer, but I'm interested to hear what Clyde has to say at this point. I think the fan favorite in the sport of track and field is Mondo Duplantis.
Okay.
Like, I think if you're at a meet, and remember, this one's in Europe, right? If you're at a meet and you get to the point where it's just him, it's when you realize everybody bought tickets that night to see him.
To see him.
Yeah.
Because you don't realize that till then.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's all kinds of stuff going on, right? But when everybody else is done and it's just him, then you realize, like, no, see, they'll stop races. Children won't get born. Like, nothing's going to happen till we all watch this dude.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say just my own personal answer based on what I saw and what I've already thought, like, I think it's Mondo. But I am interested to hear.
Excellent answer. I'm impressed that we got what seems to be number 3 correct and number 2 correct.
Oh,
Chewy, do you have another answer?
I said Gabby Thomas.
So, love Gabby, but no. So, from people who were there in person,
Okay.
half our field here, and those who were not there watching on television, if we were segregating this, Mondo would be the right answer for the men. In Paris, the fan favorite, and I hear the Tobago thing, yes, because there's a very big anti-Noah Lyles contingent.
Yes, for sure.
And they were very happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
You are absolutely right. Mondo, yes. Mondo night is Mondo. However, I would bet money that the most tickets sold to see the one specific athlete, there were swells of crowds every time this person stepped into the building. It was Femke Bol.
Yeah.
The Netherlands crew was so orange.
Yes.
Every time Femke was in the building.
Yeah.
Like, think about, like, everybody knew that mixed relay night, it was, we're coming to see if MK can run these teams down. And then she did it.
Yeah.
And then hurdle night, it was, we're here for the upset. Didn't happen, but the crowd was half orange.
Oh, yeah.
70,000 people.
Yeah.
Everybody was there to watch Femke.
Yep.
And then, of course, 4x4 night, they thought they had a shot somehow with that too. Like, the meets in Europe, and it wasn't just like the Netherlands are like, they have great fans.
Oh,
if you watch other sports,
and they travel.
Did you see
when
the
the Netherlands were ready to get a medal? Oh, they were out there. So
did you
fan
see the
favorite
scenes from
Paris,
the Dutch house? I mean,
yes, the Dutch house was the most hype house there was.
Unreal, man. Unreal.
So fan favorite Paris, Femke. Easy.
Okay.
That's a good answer. And actually, I would honestly have to say I'd actually probably have to agree with that one.
Wow.
I mean,
because like, think about it. If she was American, she's basically a relay bandit, right?
Yeah.
Like, her stardom was from relay things.
Yeah.
Right? Because she can't beat Sid, whatever. But I mean, to Clyde's point, listen, the Dutch showed up on
They
the
really
first
thought
night.
it was going to happen.
They knew they had a chance at the mixed relay, and they really thought they had a chance at the 4x4, which I thought was laughable. But they did think that.
They was out.
All right, not dividing this one either.
Nope.
No.
Most improved athlete.
I'll throw mine first because I think you
Okay.
all might be able to talk me off this. For me, most improved athlete is where I now shout out Masai Russell.
Okay.
From falling in Budapest
Yes.
to Olympic champion in a race where, for my money, the women in that final, 6 of the 8 could have won it.
Yes.
And she was one of those 6. Like, no one, being honest, or outside of family members or coaches, like whichever woman you were discussing, you didn't actually believe they were going to win the hurdle race.
Right.
Like, you had your people you wanted to see win it, you know, people you thought could win it, but you wouldn't put like real money on any of the field because they're all that good. So it's like, for Masai to, you know, come through there and have that moment, given what she did and was in college and was a year ago, you're right, somebody that couldn't win big races and big moments. For me, her mental journey to get there, Masai Russell.
Want me to go next?
Sure.
Thea LaFond. Thea
I mean,
LaFond.
Great.
I
Great.
mean,
like at the end of the day, yes, dear God, yes.
I mean, what we've witnessed in the last, you know, what we've witnessed in the Rojas years has been utter domination. You know, when is she going to break the record next? Yada, yada, yada. And to be someone in that realm, you know, for that period of time, you know, from the collegiate ranks, you know, and for her to, you know, do what she's done, to jump 15:02 in the biggest arena that she's ever been in. And
On command.
Yes.
I know I've told y'all this story, but I guess I got to say it on camera. Her coach husband said, there is a storm coming. You have to jump far now.
Now.
And she literally said, okay.
Wow.
And then went, wop, wop, wop. Yep. We're going to go ahead and shut this down. Because then said storm did show up.
Yeah.
And Bob's your uncle.
I mean, again, and again, I will always go on record for saying, I mean, whether it's the diaspora, you know, whether you grew up on an island or you did not grow up on an island, you represent the island or whatever, there is still an element of, we're still a little island, right? And you can't overcome it. It's not something that can be coached out of you. You have to make the decision that I am the big dog and I am it. And so for her, more than the distance and anything like that, it was more the ability to respond on command and pull out that win and say, y'all go ahead and fight for silver and bronze, because I got this. And again, to represent our country, you know, correcting, it's not Dominica. Stop. It's Dominica.
Dominica.
I mean, fantastic. Kudos to Thea LaFond and her husband, coach.
Yeah. So that's the answer. And I remember sitting in the cafeteria, her in Rio, just, you know, relatively despondent. Right. And to go from that to that was,
man.
You know, we were blessed enough to be on the bus together, coming home from drug testing, right? Because we were all part of that, you know, the greatest night in Caribbean, you know, the greatest night in Caribbean sports history, right? So we were right there in the mix, and like we had the real live emotions and such of it all, and it just so like I coached against that young lady when she was in college at Maryland.
Yep.
Right. So like to have seen her go from that to Olympian to disappointment to gold medalist.
Yeah.
That's the answer. But I'm going to say this. I'm giving an honorable mention, because nobody's going to say this dude's name. if you had Shelby McEwen as
Oh,
in a jump off for the gold medal on your bingo card, then you're the only one.
yes. Yeah.
And I'm going to say
that's-
this, like, listen, I got to say this on air. I'm not taking a shot at Shelby. Sometimes you can't overplay your hand, though.
All right. So I was about to. So
he was offered.
Wow.
He was
I was
the
praying that
tie.
was not the case.
He was offered the tie.
Oh.
And said no and chose the jump off. Look, for those of you who want to be like, yeah, you got to bet on yourself. Okay, listen to me, people. The man PB'd 2 times
Exactly
in the high jump
to get to
first
that
attempt
point.
makes of 34 and 36. You are asking God to give you too much favor to go to the jump off. You take the 25 grand and the gold medal moniker for the rest of your life over the great story of how you got beat in a jump off, so you got the silver.
Man.
But I don't care for this particular category. Shelby McEwen is definitely one of the most improved athletes that participated in these Olympic Games.
Yeah. Okay.
Most improved, but poor decision maker.
Yes.
So as a coach, and you know, let it be broke. You know, you've been in that. You know what that arena is like. So the New Zealand jumper was already there, right?
Yeah.
Then he came up.
Yes.
Right? And I'm saying to myself, okay, if I'm a coach, how do I get his attention before he walks up there?
Yeah, 100%.
I'll tell you this. The minute they separated and they say jump off, I would have got escorted out the stadium because I'm jumping over Brett like, no, we're not. No, we're not. Gold.
Yeah. 100%.
Listen, man, listen. The high jump is wonderful, but it's a broke event.
Yes.
You already poor in the high jump.
Yes.
Stop playing games.
Oh man.
To the EP's point, you done pulled 2 first clearance PRs out your ass.
Yep.
Oh, we're so done.
Yes.
We're so done. And for the record, the jump off was terrible.
Yes.
Jump off killed the whole vibe.
Of course. And here's the thing. That's what happens in jump offs because people forget they're tired.
Yeah. Did they jump 11 more times? Is that what I heard?
It just kept coming down.
No. So they took a 4th attempt at 38.
Right.
And then attempt at 36. And then an attempt at 34.
Okay. All right.
It was bad.
Oh man. I was praying that it was a mutual thing, and I was waiting for Let It Be Broke to oh man.
Because the New Zealander understood the mission.
Yes,
right?
he did.
Neither one of them was supposed to win.
Yep.
Mutaz is the best guy.
Yeah.
And he jumped good, just not good. Like he was in cruise control until he wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. First attempt at everything through 34. 36 happened and he was like, oh, so y'all are still here? I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah.
So he got the bronze.
What's next?
Game Changer Award.
Yeah, one gender.
Yep.
Game changer. So what would be a game changer?
Okay, so I'm gonna go first because I think this is without question the answer, right?
Oh.
Cole Hawker went from being a really good potential Nike distance runner to being the gold standard and the highest paid guy in the distance realm at Nike.
Wow.
Has to be, right? He's the Olympic gold medalist in the 1500.
Mm-hmm.
Gold medalist in a star event.
Yep.
Definitely changed his game for certain. I'm gonna offer. I'm I'm gonna cop out here, and I'm gonna offer a tie on the men between two other men. So I'll give it to you that it's probably Kohar. But my game changer awards, and this is a nuance thing.
Okay.
One is Grant Holloway.
Yes.
Because Grant Holloway unlocked a door.
Yes.
With that gold medal that he can now run through.
Right.
To be the greatest of all time. Without that gold medal, he would have never been able to get there.
You can't validate that parking ticket. You can't.
Right.
That is where Greg Foster got stuck.
Yeah.
So the fact that
four-time world champion, maybe 5.
Yeah. So the fact that Grant now has that, and he has everything else. The only thing he doesn't have now is the world record. Which we all believe
which we all know is coming.
He will get, but now with the weight off of the Olympic gold, I think the world record is easier for him now.
Agreed.
So
I like that answer.
With that nuance, I would say Grant opening that door. On the other side, game changer men shutting a door. Leslie Tebogo. He shut the door potentially on the coronation of Noah Lyles into the projected stratosphere that he would have been.
Yes.
Had he pulled off that double. Right? And
like to your point, if Noah wins a gold medal, there's a real conversation and argument of him being the best 200-meter guy ever. Now he is without question mired in third and probably can't get out of third.
Probably can't. Right. And so, Tebogo changed his own game, right? Botswana and all that's coming along to him in that regard. True. But with his own elevation through his own performances, he absolutely shut a door, at least temporarily, on Noah Lyles. So for those two very nuanced issues, those are my two, but I got no problem with Kohar.
I just thought about something and I want to go back and amend something. We had a category of most improved athlete, right?
Yes.
How can it not be Quincy Hall?
I mean,
I just thought about that.
Yeah. No.
So I'm at least going to throw his name out there because at the end of the day, like, listen, again, if you saw Quincy Hall with a barrage of 43-second races and now being number 4 all time, show me proof. Show me proof that you thought Quincy Hall could run 43.4 and run faster than Jeremy Warner ever ran or Quincy Watts ever ran. If you had that and you can show me proof of that, I got some money for you.
No, that is a good correction, sir. That is a good retraction and fix on your part because we all missed that one. You're right.
So, game changer. Like, we're talking about something that we probably otherwise never thought was possible. Okay? I will take, I hear you and I understand it, but let's not disregard what Miss Paulino did.
Hold on, we're on men.
I thought we're just
doing. Oh no, we're doing one gender.
Combined gender.
Combined.
Oh, we're doing combined?
Yeah.
Oh, when you said one gender, I thought one per.
No. One per.
No, one person.
Okay.
Sorry.
Like, we are now opening ourselves up to the possibility of seeing sub 48 in our lifetime. And that is something that, I mean, we pontificated about.
You've already seen sub 48. What are you talking about?
You trying to age that boy on live camera.
Were you not here? Were you not on this planet in 1983?
Yes, I was.
Okay. It means a legitimate one, sir.
I'm talking about. I mean,
he means a legitimate one.
You know, you know what, that Marita Cock race is literally something that I will go and watch when, I'm having flight of fantasy. Like, okay, let's just see what this looks like. And then I'll watch it and I'm like, no, sorry. I can't. I
Well,
can't.
listen, when Kareem is in the mood for sci-fi, he'll go watch the Marita race. You know what I mean?
No, don't watch Marita Coke. If you really want to watch sci-fi, listen, you got to watch 83 World Championships and watch
Kraslikova?
Kratochvilova
Yeah,
in the
Yes.
8 and 4.
Yes.
Sure. Listen,
Yeah.
Because they're 27
cyborgs,
minutes apart.
Yes.
the cyborgs, we're here for all,
Unbelievable.
if that's your gene, that's your genre.
The sheer dominance that she showed in Paris and what
Yeah.
I think is coming is now, what I'm hoping for is that it even opens the doors to her competitors to actually consider it. Okay? We talk about it. We talk about Sid and the possibilities there. Paulino is showing us that this is real. And anytime
I hope Bobby gets a wild hair up his ass and puts Sid in the
No,
400 hurdles.
listen, that's what we're all here for.
400 hurdles double next year. That's what I hope. That Bobby's like, here, watch this.
Yeah,
That's
anytime
what we're all
someone
here for.
runs the 400 at the Olympics and is mentioned in the same sentence as Perec, you are doing something phenomenal.
And ran faster than, which is still just wild.
Exactly. So I'll leave it there.
No, we are all hoping that Paulino is inspiration to piss off Bobby.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Unlike that other event, that might be a race.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah. That would be an interesting one anyway.
Big league.
Excuse me. Best newcomer. I want to do combined gender on this one.
Yes, no problem.
Best newcomer. See, so for me, this is where my Quincy Hall was going.
Okay.
Because for me, the newcomer has to be the first-time Olympian.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And so what's funny is like that. This is where Cam Rogers goes for me.
Right, sure. As long as they're getting in there. But yes, Quincy, and not only just his performance, but and this is purely like an American type thing, right? Like I'm a homer on this. He's a Gamecock, right? But just the spectacle that is Quincy Hall on television, right? The swag,
taking off his pants
gold
in the
teeth,
middle.
the boxers in the call room, like
boxers in the call room.
The boxers in the call room, unfortunately, will be more epic 10 years from now.
Yes,
in the win, right? It shouldn't be that way, but that's just how culture is. But no, I am here for the Quincy Hall show. Like, if you're a fan of the sport, there's nothing not to like about what that dude did in Paris. And first time here, no one was really picking him for that. And the way he won it.
Yes.
Because I'm sorry, with 120 to go, he's dead to rights.
No way. No way.
Dead. Listen, not only is he dead to rights, let's just consider who he was in 5th. Let's consider who he had to run down.
Yeah.
We'll start with Karani.
Yes.
Ain't happening. Right? Jareem is on another planet.
Yes.
And is not slowing down. So we feel
200 in history.
Right. Like we feel like the wheels might fall off at some point, but
Jareem went full-blown war home without her.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? The Botswanan is just doing what he like, huh? Not Botswana.
Yes.
Zimbabwe. Yeah, the Zimbabwean.
Yeah.
No, who was Zimbabwe, right?
Zimbabwe. Yeah.
He's just running and nobody knows who he is, but we all know that he's not slowing down.
Yes.
Right? And Q is just like, oh, y'all thought y'all was gonna win?
Yeah.
Did his best Mark Everett impersonation and just
So to your point, let it be broke. If there was an award for throwback performance of the meet,
100%.
Quincy Hall, And this is the thing that this
100%.
generation does not understand. I mean,
Quincy Hall is a combination of Mark Everett and, rest his soul, Antonio Pettigrew.
oh man. Oh
right?
my
Check like all of the things that you hear sprint coaches yell at quarter milers in the end.
right.
All of those things in reverse are what
Yes.
Quincy Hall did. You know,
Absolutely.
it's like, you know, keep your
Did
shoulders
wrong.
down.
Did
right.
wrong.
Keep your shoulders down. Nah, we keeping them up. You know, be efficient, right? Nah, we swinging them wide. Keep your head level. Nah, we right up in here. Like,
Oh
you
my
know,
It was a
God.
full-on
dorsiflex. No, we got
playground run
spike
to
plate.
Olympic gold.
We got spike plate to the sky. Just
Unbelievable.
the
And so
best part was the explanation. He said, I always had a really big tank and a really big engine because I used to be a distance runner. Yes. I want you to completely oversimplify all of the math that you just mathed for everybody else on this planet. And your 11:57 or whatever you ran for the last 100 is just because you used to run. Now you're gonna have high school kids out here running cross country thinking this is the key.
Absolutely. Like, what you mean, coach? Quincy run like that.
So
Right.
and the thing about it is, and what when I say old school, and it's something that we can all identify with, the idea that he was willing to die.
Willing to die.
That's how he ran.
Willing to die. It's a message I don't think that we can tell this generation. Like, you ask, I guarantee you, as a coach, you ask a kid, okay, go watch that race. Now tell me if you've ever been in a race where you've been willing to die. And that's the part that you can't teach that.
Even people who have other gold medals don't compete
Yes.
that hard.
Like that, yes.
Not like that.
Like, how many
Not like
people
that.
would have folded? Like, hey, you know what? I fucked this up. Like, it is what it is.
Like, this is the part that people don't understand. He's dead to rights with 120 to go. He's still not on the medal stand with 20 to go.
I know.
Right.
I know.
Right.
Like, folks, he's still in fourth at 20 to go.
Mm-hmm.
That race is a lesson in what effort can get you sometimes.
Yes.
Anytime somebody says full send, you're
That's
like,
it.
listen, watch that race and tell me if your full send is what that looks like. Because if it
That's
doesn't look
why
like that, it's not full send.
the meme that has come out is just golden. If
Oh,
I
yeah.
send you this picture,
Yeah.
I'll be there in the nick of time. I will be
Yep.
there.
Yep. No doubt.
No
What's
Tara
next?
Davis for anyone?
Was that?
No Tara Davis for anyone?
Tara deserves a lot of recognition for
absolutely
pulling out
yes.
that gold medal for sure. Yeah. I mean, one of the best series of jumps that you see in an Olympic competition. So for all of her erratic jumping that almost didn't send her to Paris in Eugene, she was the model of consistency, and it got her the gold.
Fantastic.
Yeah, 100%.
Gold Standard Award.
Now, this is where I give it to Karani James. I just have to give it to Karani James.
Okay.
I mean, I did not see that coming. I can't say that at this point in his career that I thought that Karani James would be up in consideration for a medal in the final for the 400. I mean, what else is there to say?
If you told me before the meet that Karani ran 43.80 in the final, I would have demanded to know what color medal he got.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because you couldn't have convinced me he got fifth.
Yeah.
No shot.
I'm not mad at the Karani answer. I think this one is very, very obvious. It's Gabby Thomas. There's only one person leaving here with 3 gold medals. And even with her 3 gold medals, and I wrote about this on the internet, Gabby and her coach Tanja Buford Bailey remain some of the most underappreciated and disrespected athletes in this business.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that's why that dynamic works.
No, absolutely.
Why?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Gabby Thomas is coming home with 3 golds. No one saw that coming. Gabby Thomas has the same amount of Olympic gold medals at 200 meters as Allison Felix.
Mm-hmm.
Gabby Thomas has a faster PR than Allison Felix. Gabby Thomas is our current edition of Allison Felix, just faster.
Yeah.
And somehow doesn't get a quarter of the shine that Allison ever received. And so you talking about gold standard, not just in the meet, but gold standard of examples for your kids.
Yeah.
It's Gabby Thomas. And given her age, I don't know if she'll be around in LA.
I'm looking at the list and I had them switched. Karani was supposed to get the Trailblazer.
Okay.
Gabby Thomas is my gold standard.
Okay.
And it's no surprise to me that she was on the Today Show earlier this week.
She better be on every show.
Exactly.
Because
she should be.
Still don't know her story.
Exactly. Yeah.
So my gold standard answer is probably going to be surprising, but then make a whole lot of sense. I don't think there was any person with a greater expectation and a greater dismissal of great things that had ever been done by him prior to this than Grant Holloway.
That's very true.
Like, there's a reason this young man slapped everybody to sleep and then found the first camera he could and said, "What y'all gonna say now?"
Mm-hmm.
And then all you haters are crying because this man runs 13:02 and everybody's like, hey, but he only ran 13:0.
Mm-hmm.
This man runs 12:98 and somebody else runs 13:02. He's like, yeah, but he barely won.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So at the end of the day, like, it was the weirdest thing on the planet to have somebody be a prohibitive favorite, but also be like, you better win.
Yeah.
And I thought that was wild. John Anderson said it. He didn't think there was anybody in the meet who had to win more than Grant.
Yeah.
Right? And so at the end of the day, like, that dude showed up and gave nobody an inkling that he was going to lose.
Right.
No one. He vanquished everybody from the beginning, gave them sub 13 in the first round. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
Y'all want to play around and do repechage and you run extra races and like, look, do all that. Whatever y'all do, meet me at the finish line and somebody, hold my cape.
Yeah.
So my gold standard is to Grant only because, like, listen, nobody will ever hear me. I tried to say this about Alan Johnson when he was running. The face of track and field in the United States should be Grant Holloway.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
On the men's side,
let's go backwards. Remember 3 years ago, I said we're about to embark. This was before 2026, and we're going to have a championship. I said we're about to embark on something that's never happened before. We have global championships in 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Yep.
So Grant has a silver in 21 and gold in 22, 23, and 24.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? So let me just help you. The only people who have more shiny hardware than he, the only two people on the planet are Ryan Krauser and Mondo.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Ryan Krauser and Mondo are the only two that have a chance to do 5 for 5 gold.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody's trying to bet against Grant going 4 for 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
No, it's a great
answer. Sid would have been 5 for 5, but then she wasn't.
Right.
Right? Triple jumper. Rojas would have been 5 for 5, but then she wasn't.
Right.
Right? Because there's fortune that is involved in some of this too, staying healthy. And so for my money, like, Grant's the gold standard because it's a problem when you're constantly you're racing yourself and you're and like you have to live up to a standard that you've created.
Right.
Yes.
right? Because he ran 1281, everyone has expected and demanded he run 1265.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then look, here it is, folks. It's coming.
Oh yeah. No.
Listen, when Grant's done, the world record is going to be 1260 something. You write it down. I'm telling you, it's going to be 1260 something.
What's next, Drew?
All right.
Yep. What's next?
Most impactful.
No. Most next is actually Trailblazer, is it not?
Trailblazer.
Oh, whoops.
That's why the
We
governor
already
got
started talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say
I've said
Karani.
UN.
I'm going to say Karani and move on.
Yes.
For me.
So I didn't know if we were splitting genders on this. Karani, absolutely, for all the reasons the governor gave, in the wrong category. But my female is Faith.
Faith. Like
yeah.
they can't.
Faith.
And here's the thing.
Insane.
It's Faith, but it's only because Faith runs a more famous event, right? Like, I need everybody to hear me on this. Jackie Joyner Kersee is the best female athlete to walk this planet, and it's not close. You can at me, you can send me messages. I will refute you in anything you say. Just understand me when I say this. She never did what Nafi TM just did.
Yeah.
3 straight gold medals in the heptathlon.
Unbelievable.
Hmm?
Yep. Not nearly enough credit for what she did.
No.
Nope.
Okay. So most impactful?
Yes.
All right. So this is where I bring back Miss Julian out.
Oh wow. Okay.
It is hard to articulate the impact for her and her home nation
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and
Her region.
her region
Mm-hmm.
and the sport. Because people, we were in the middle of arguably the biggest coronation that we were ever going to see.
Yep.
Oh my Lord, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
the
thank
money
you, Juju.
behind it, the campaigns behind it,
The commercials.
the commercials. And I'm not talking about during the Olympics and the rest of the summer. No. For the next 3 years.
Yep.
100%.
The build up into LA.
Yep.
The coronation was going to be so overwhelmingly saturated.
Yep.
And Julian Alfred said, nah, I'm good on all of that. Gone. And it wasn't close. So the impact, the collective impact of her winning the 100, the way she did it, it wasn't no 6 across the line. No, dominated. It changed so many things in ways that we probably won't even be able to actually measure. But don't get it twisted. Impact, an impact win, Julian Alfred.
What you got, Governor? I have an answer that is. I'll just say this. I think after I say my answer, I think we're all going to agree that I'm right.
Okay. So much like I thought about this, and I'm going to just be different for the sake of it. But what the javelin thrower did for the country of Pakistan.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
We will never, I don't think we'll ever truly understand what he did or what he has done. And I guess you could say the same for Tobago, but we don't know what the unknown is. The country of Pakistan has just won a gold medal in the Olympics. Like, the amount of firsts that have come out of these games.
Yeah.
Pakistan is not a small country, folks. It is not just, it is insane what is about to happen for that young man and for that
everybody in Pakistan is confused as to why he's not the lead cricket bowler on the national team and making the most money of any athlete in the world.
And we're going to have to wait till 2028 for cricket to be introduced to the Olympics. So,
he's like, finally, I can do it.
Stay tuned.
Right.
But yeah,
that
so
would be awesome.
That's my answer. And it's purely from a regional you know, from a country that has millions and millions and millions of people that have never seen anything like this.
Okay, so the category is impactful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, small backstory. I don't even know how they got away with this, but the Parisians made wearing a hijab illegal,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which, again, I don't know how you can tell someone that a cultural behavior is illegal at the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you how do you get around that and make a point? You are Safan Hassan and you win the very last
Yes. Event of the
gold
game.
medal.
Mm-hmm.
And the very last gold medal is given the award ceremony is given during the closing ceremonies when there are a billion people watching.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what was she wearing?
And you show up for your medal ceremony with a hijab
On somebody.
And at the end of the day, what that meant to so many females
Yes.
in not just that region of the world, every region of the world where there are women who wear those.
KOP.
There are women that at the end of the day, it was the greatest level of petty and the greatest FU to Sebco for allowing that rule to be a thing, to the mayor of Paris for indoctrinating that nonsense, and to the Parisians who were arrogant enough to think that they could actually dictate somebody's culture.
Yep.
Because the only way she makes the point is she has to win.
Yes.
Because it just isn't a point if she's a silver medalist or bronze medalist. It just isn't. And so for my money,
it's rare that I get out pettied. But you're right.
For my money, that is the answer for most impactful.
You are absolutely correct, sir.
Wow.
Last one. What we got?
MVP of the games.
Insert Vernon Norwood.
I mean,
case.
Listen.
Look here.
If somebody's got a better answer than Vernon Norwood,
oh no. Oh no.
I want to hear it.
No. If LeBron James is Captain America on the basketball court,
right? Yep.
Vernon Norwood is Captain America on the track.
Listen.
Vernon Norwood.
For my money, Vernon Norwood has now earned the right to be on the 4x4 and the mixed relay, whether he runs at the national meet or not.
Listen.
This man dropped 3 43-second legs, two of which were like, we have to have this from him.
Yes.
Like, people don't understand. He ran 43 seconds after he got the stick from somebody that ran 47.5.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so, and we get this, but the audience has to understand this.
Right.
Damn, Vernon Norwood and his 343s. That's just impressive on numbers.
Yep.
Vernon Norwood saved people's jobs.
Yes.
100%.
Vernon Norwood saved people's livelihoods. I'm not being hyperbolic.
No, not at all.
No, you're not.
Christopher Bailey, as I understand it, didn't have a contract or doesn't have a big contract arriving in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize that, like, these medals, and the things that come along with them, like, these are people's food on the table.
Livelihoods. Yep.
And so for Team USA to roll out an injured child in the prelims,
which was crazy,
which is wild behavior. And I'm not shooting at the kid, so don't DM me.
No, we're shooting at the adults that made this.
Quincy Wilson is an amazing kid.
Yes.
Had the greatest high school season ever.
Yeah.
World record. Totally deserved to be there.
Yeah.
But when he's hurt, he turns into a tourist and you can't let him out there.
Yes.
Right. He's hurt.
He was hurt.
It's just that simple. He's hurt.
You put him out there anyway. And they almost didn't qualify.
Yeah.
Think about that. A team that ended up running 254
Yes.
could have broken the world record.
Yes.
Technically shouldn't have been in the finals.
Right.
If not for Vernon Norwood.
Absolutely.
That is insane behavior. And you know what?
Vernon Norwood put on a cape that none of us knew he had.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Yep.
And
not only that,
we ran 254
without
Michael Norman and without Quincy Hall.
Yes. Yes.
right. So that's the crazy part. At the moment where Vernon saved the relay,
Yeah.
we had on paper a whole world record to go get. Because at that moment, no one knew that, like them two dudes ain't gonna be available.
Yeah.
Right.
Bro, no, Vernon Norwood. Like, give him 2 medals, whatever the bonus is, triple it for him.
That's right. Because not only does he save the relay, but he goes up to Quincy Wilson right after the race.
Yes.
And he holds the young man and looks him dead in his face and said, "Hey man, it's okay." And and we talk about this all the time. For a young man like Quincy Wilson to be in front of 70,000 people and to have a performance like that, and just as well as I do, that can kill a career. That can absolutely take you in the other direction. We're talking about the 400 here, right?
Listen, Vernon Norwood kept the cape on the entire time.
Yeah,
again, it's little things that people don't see.
Yes.
Absolutely. When they got the medals from the awards ceremony, he walked over to Quincy friggin' Wilson and gave him his medal.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That
deserve this. Take pictures with it.
Yeah, man.
It's leadership. It's leadership that is often desperately lacking.
Yes.
Amongst Team USA.
100%.
Listen, just as Papa Podium has earned his title and will be that for me forever, again, for the record, Vernon is Captain America.
Yes.
Because that man put on, where's my super suit?
Yep.
If you find me a human being, including Vernon Norwood, if you find me a human being that said they knew Vernon Norwood could run 43 seconds 3 times in 7 days, find him. Let me see him.
Yes. Because I think all of us collectively, after he saved that relay, was thinking, certainly he doesn't have another one in him.
Yeah.
No. He had to go to the well. Call it what it is. Like, he had to go to the well to save that.
I'll tell you the truth. Like, when it all became clear that Norman would not be available for the final, Paul was not going to be available for the final. Yep. You're sitting around, you like, wait a minute. So we're going to run the same team with Rye.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, okay.
Right.
Everybody on that team is good, but I don't know.
What do they have left?
Because no one saw 254. That's nonsense. No one saw that.
No.
I mean, it's exactly what Kareem said. It's like, it wasn't even what look, these young men had done such valiant things. You're just like, what does Christopher Bailey and Bryce Deadman and Vernon Norwood have left? Yeah. They have given at the altar.
Yeah. Right.
Like, these the most overused relay alternates in the history of relay alternates.
The relay, yeah.
Right? They were brought to run a couple of rounds.
Right. Right. When the meet started, Vernon Norwood and Bryce Deadman were scheduled to run one event.
Yes.
Mixed relay.
Yeah.
Mixed relay. Thanks, fellas. Have a seat. We're going to go do what we do. And no, they needed all of that.
What's next, Chu?
That's the end of the list.
That's the end of the list. Right?
We got through the list. So now the only question is, because we can't, we can't leave without
It's chestnut checkers.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Say it with your chest.
Repechage.
mean, well, no, yeah. You know what? We could do that real quick.
I thought
The
that was a
repechage.
question.
The repechage.
Oh no, you know what he
Everything
wants
left.
to talk
No,
about.
you know where I'm going. But do we love, hate, or ambivalent about the repechage?
Okay, I'll go first because
Yes.
listen. I'm gonna be who I am. As a fan, I get why fan people could find like, oh, it's a second chance, and like now they're really running for their lives. Like, sure. As I'm not even a track and field purist, as a track and field coach and a coach of people who do field events, the fuck out of here. Excuse my language.
I wasn't expecting
Listen,
that from you.
We are not. I am not here for the redo round. I'm just not.
Okay.
Like it plays well
you?
on TV. I get it, right?
No.
Like,
Forget the TV. Forget the TV.
Nah, I am not.
I'm going to offer you something that I think you will go for. I think you'll go for it. I was worried for the same reasons you are about the repechage. However, the repechage did two things that I thought were phenomenal. One, it completely fixed the problem of bullshit racing in the first round.
Yes.
There were no lame races in the first round.
No.
That is very true. Because you don't want to get sent
The
to
morning
the
session.
Because you don't want to go run again.
The morning session became box office stuff.
That's right.
Yes.
And to that point, because of the existence of the repechage, it filled gaps in the schedule.
Yes.
Therefore, no more morning session finals.
Yes, exactly.
For those two issues alone, keep it. Change the name if you want to, but keep it. I am here for
issue number 2. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Creating a scenario where there's no morning session finals is a spectacular move.
Yes, absolutely. I thought, and so for me, I'm always thinking globally, right? And everything you just pointed out is spot on. What I also say is that indirectly, the repechage round offered athletes that have, let's just start with anxiety, athletes that have the jitters, athletes that for their first time stepping into a stadium with 70,000 people were just like, okay, what the hell is this?
It offered a great number.
You're losing the EP with this.
It offered a great number of the endangered species Europeans an opportunity to run again on television.
It did. It offered.
Because I know why the repechage was put in.
Yeah.
It's that part.
Yeah. It offered the pretenders, and I'm not going to beat around the bush. It offered people that are masters at promoting themselves. It gave them another day to tell their fans, hey, come watch me, right?
True story.
It offered Freddie Crittenden an opportunity to give himself another day.
Listen, that was chestnut checkers.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
So, I'm always going to look, at the inner story and the nooks and the crannies. I mean, the repechage round is going to, for me, for certain individuals, is going to revolutionize the way you think about qualifying for the semifinal. It just
and I will say I don't really like the repechage in a lot of ways, but I'll tell you this: if that's what we get instead of little cues, I'll take it.
Yeah,
that's it for me.
I will definitely take that over little cues.
Yes, because you take the sprint race, for example, and the fact that if you're in a country that has inconsistent winds, you are giving people an unfair advantage based on what race they're in or what prelim round you're in.
Yeah.
Repechage takes that away. It's all about places. You got to earn it.
It fixed the schedule and it fixed the prelim races.
Yeah.
Now, I know we're running long. we don't have to stay on this very long, but we'll get booed if we don't talk about the damn 4x1. So, and listen, the 4x1 was so bad, we can do it again next week when Sir Lucius returns, or maybe when we have a guest. We are not going to pretend that utter nonsense didn't happen.
But what is there to talk about? They suck.
Here's all I'm going to say for anybody who is going to coach a relay ever in their entire lives. If you just say what happened out loud, you understand the idiocy of it and you'll never repeat it. So I'm going to say it out loud. We changed one person and subsequently changed 3 handoffs.
Yes.
When you say it out loud, you realize how asinine the decision-making was in the first place.
Yeah.
Because you got to be a special brand of stupid to change one of your 4 people. Look, I don't know what else to call it. Okay, fine.
It was ill-advised.
Yeah, sure.
And not.
Listen, I'm sorry, but
overthunk.
You tried to undo something that you didn't already do.
I was on the Olympic team the last time the United States men won a medal in the 4x1.
Please.
Right? So you have to forgive me. I'm sorry. That was not a good choice of word, but it's one out of so much frustration. 24 years worth of, are you kidding me?
Yep.
And Chewy,
right. And I just at the end of the day, I don't understand how anybody greenlit the decision to put one new member on the team and change all 3 relay handoffs.
Yes.
There is no way that makes sense.
KST, the governor.
It's so simple. It's not rocket science. And in moments of crisis, okay, once it became clear that your number 1 anchor leg is not running, revisionist history, the day before, okay, what happened the day before?
They ran 37.40.
Please say it louder for the folks.
They ran 37.40.
Okay.
They ran 37.40 with first leg holding the hand of second leg and putting the stick in his hand.
Yes.
We don't have to make changes, folks. Here's a wild idea. We run that same group with a better handoff from 1 to 2.
And then what? We run 37 flat. I mean, come on.
Who wants to do that?
I mean, let's be clear. Christian damn near slamming into Fred and holding his hand, using both hands to pass the baton, took more than half a second away from the ultimate performance.
100%.
So I'll say this. If you look at the reports, there's all kind of phenomenal info in the aftermath. You will see that on the globe this year, the United States has the 3 fastest 4x1s: 37.4, 37.4, and 37.4. We did it 3 times this year. Yep. The common denominators on the 37.4s were Kyrie King and Courtney Lindsay.
Yep.
Kyrie King and Courtney Lindsay were on all 3 of those teams. So it's nuanced why Courtney Lindsay comes out the way that they did. It's nuanced why Kenny was inserted into a place where the prep work, he was supposed to be inserted elsewhere.
Right. So
I'll say that it's nuanced, and I will simply say that at the Alphabet Crew at the US TFCCCA convention, I will attempt to explain many nuances in a presentation I'm giving called Unlearn the American Arrogance and Myths of the 4x1.
Oh, wow.
That's
you heard it here. You heard it first, folks.
It's just so
Oh,
Oh
wild.
goodness.
So I don't even want to talk about the 4x1 anymore because all it does is get me mad and it has me saying words I shouldn't say on television.
We need
I guarantee you we will have more in-depth observation of the 4x1s, men and women.
Yeah,
for
One
sure.
of them were awesome.
it might just be the
Next
topic
week.
of conversation. Period.
Next week with
It
hopefully
might actually be.
Oh my
a
God.
very special guest.
All right. Well, look forward to next week already.
Already.
Well, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Olympics are now over.
We gave him a special 2-hour Olympic edition.
That's right.
Yes. So, thank you all. It's been fun. We'll do it again next week. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.